I'm telling you the reason why you cannot leave the country this time around.
lagama yaabo maanta inaa weydiiyo qabiilkaa tahay laakiin Soomaaliya maanta haddaa aado su-aasha weyn wiilka markaa ku dhaho magacaha waa su-aasha labaad qabiilkee tahay and that's a problem.
Why is it that when you ever see a Somali old couple, the husband is walking down there and the wife is all the way over there, all the way there?
Everybody makes a mistake, but the degree of mistake that we are making is different. That's the point that I'm making.
Somalia ku hadlaade gabdhaha sida u shaqaystiina qalad
No, I know.
you guys so has been inside of
Who would run Somalia better? The country has been torn apart by more than 3 decades of conflict. And now
Somalia, one of the most dangerous countries in the world. Somalia, which is a failed government, a failed state.
In this time around,
Yes.
I think in this time around there is no position for young people to run the country. And I know the reasons. The people who are in the parliament or the people who are actually leading the country are over 60s or 70s.
Which is a problem.
It's the problem. Those who are actually leading the country are over the 70 years. They are rulers. So imagine you, very energetic, very educated, having masters of political science, went to Somalia and want to change something. But the people that you're talking are not to the same level. What will you do? What would you do?
Okay, let me get my question.
What would you do?
Jail.
I'm gonna answer your question. My point is, I'm saying I can handle the country more, but you're saying at this time.
Yes, you cannot.
Okay. Somalia has been here for over 100, not like a whole like couple generations back. Okay, y'all been leading it since then. Somalia has never had a government for 30 years. The reason why I can rule the country is Manta, I'm best friend with Guri Sakana, Willis Bakana, Abis Panakana, Ricky Sodan Banakana. Lagamaya Manta in a with your Katai. Like in Somalia, Manta had that, the Suasha word is speaking Maka, what Suasha about the and that's a problem. That's a real life problem that we cannot get across. I'm telling you, say Wallahis do not have that in them, and we're really good educated in this world. And we've been raised in a country that has a government. We know what it takes to build a government. We know what it takes to build an army. Where you guys just give people you're in heaven. Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud right now is only his tribe that's ruling the country. Like people see that, grown men see, you see that, everybody see that, but people look over that. And I feel like that's something that say Wallahi can change. That's something we can change, and you guys can't change because you guys had over 20 to 30 years to change that, and you guys have not changed it.
But what she said is a miracle. I really liked it. But the problem is you don't have a methods. You don't have anything around. You're just saying. That's what I'm telling you. When you listen. They said environment service person. When you go to Somalia, you should understand who you are facing to, who you are dealing with, what kind of equipment.
Do you understand?
That's what I'm saying. The things that I'm telling you is still the regime is there. So the only way, I liked what you said earlier. You mentioned like we have to remove them. But how do we do that? That's what I like. But I'm telling you should understand. I said currently there is nothing you can do because it actually it's tamed. It's there for years and years. But we need something. That's what I'm saying.
You believe personally.
That's what I'm saying. What you said is like if you come up with a brilliant plan where these old people and this travelers and young children who were born, you are that qabil or that qabil, or you are better than that qabil, are actually educated, and the older people are moved. That's the way where you can actually come in. Okay.
Who's better at relationships?
Okay. A lot of articles that we can talk about it. One thing, when it comes to honest, I really appreciate and I can give you credit to say Wallahi. They are very honest people. But if I date a girl, I may not be honest sometimes. I may date another girl, I may not tell her, but young say Wallahi, they are not that kind of people. They are very strict, they are very forward. If they love somebody, they'll tell you the truth, that I love you no matter what. But the problem they have is how long they date each other. When they're going outside, how do they act? Do they act like, if I say another word, as a Somali culture people? No, they don't. They act like Western. I'd say copycats from the movie. So that's the things that I don't like when say Wallahi actually.
How can you say that to people that are part of here? You feel me? So today, if you look at a kid that's saying Wallahi, you feel me? It's just a normal kid that grew up around the corner. You feel me? Just like the other kid that grew up around the corner. It's a foreign country. It's not a foreign country, really. This is a country for free of all people.
Yeah, but
everybody over here.
But we have to understand, everything has a limitation.
Yeah.
There is no absolute freedom. You have a boundaries not to cross. That's my concern. I'm not saying like this is not a free country. It's free. Do whatever you want. But remember, at the same time, you're Somali by origin. You have a very distant culture. So if you cross the line,
what's the line? What's the line that we're crossing?
The line is like when it comes to dressing. We have a code. When it comes to
dress code now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I gotta watch what I wear.
As a Somali gentleman, as my age, we were not honest as you are. But the good thing we do is like we still respect our culture. Yeah. For example, let's say she's not your wife, but she's your girl, right?
Exactly.
She comes. What about if she spends the night with you?
She spent the night with me?
Yeah.
She spent the night with me.
That's what I'm saying. That's
okay, right, what if you spend the night with you?
I won't let her do that.
Okay, so I have a question.
Okay. He said people in Somalia, they're better in relationships, right? Yeah. Why is it that when you ever see a Somali old couple, the husband is walking down there and the wife is all the way over there, all the way back?
You said it.
There's no intimacy. Yeah. You don't even know if they're there.
You're right. One thing I can understand. That is an old culture which needs to be changed.
Like how we approach ladies, who's better? Is it say Wallahis or is it people that are more into the country?
Correct.
We're in a country where like you're gonna see like it's very little for like families that are still together. Like you're gonna see a man that divorced 5 different women. He doesn't make enough money, but you're gonna see him with all these kids and all these different type of wives. Like they do not know how to treat ladies. It's like that's what they and they like make that a flex, but it's really not a flex where like you're really not treating this girl how she's supposed to be treated, and love is not supposed to be this way where you're supposed to just go up on this girl and just leave her next day and go to this girl. But people still take it as like, yeah, it's cool because it happens over there. But in say Wallahi's generation, like we're more into like, okay, dating era is like the younger ages, but like when you get married, hey, like it's to that point, like stick to this girl, like this is your girl, give her money, like pay the bills, ain't no cheating, none of that. You feel me?
I do feel you, but there are things you should understand. I understand that. That's the wisdom, that's the proverb that people used to use.
That's not right.
That's not right. I agree. Let's agree that we have some weeks that we need to actually verify. We have to correct
more than us. More than us, though. You guys have
I think it first. Look, a young couple say Wallahi. When they're together, they are acting beautifully. They go to dinner. They say hi to each other. They are very actually, and they are both educated. I understand that. But at the end of the road, what are they doing? That's the question. Are they culturally stable? No. Like not crossing the line before you marry her. Not taking her where she.
How do you know that? You never know where they're going. Let's get that you see at the mall today. You might just see
true. That's true though. That's like like what happened in the house or what happened in
You're not
Listen,
saying
I'm not for it. I have commerce in their rooms, but I can understand one thing that I know.
I remember I used to go to the mall 15, 14, 16 years old. I wanted to go, but I don't know how
Why
to
are they acting like people in Somalia must top time?
That's where it really happens.
It's not how it should. It's like, listen.
You telling me you must
Listen,
do
listen,
all
that's what I'm saying. Listen.
Listen.
There is no decent person on earth. Everybody makes a mistake. But the degree of mistake that we are making is different. That's the point that I'm making.
Happen here that mostly happens back home that you guys mostly do is have like
Yeah.
let me explain it. When it comes to deen wise, that's not allowed at all, man.
Correct.
Just going to a girl and
To
like,
you and to
it's like kidnapping a girl from her own family. And you didn't pay her no money, and it mostly ends up back home. It ends up with the men saying, like, I don't owe you anything at this point because you have kids for me, and hey, can I switch to a guy? And mind you, this whole time, this girl didn't have no type of money for a man. Like, where did that culture come from? Because that's not deen wise, and we don't do that over here.
You don't do that.
Because, like, there's a government, and you will get.
One thing, the reason I can understand. The reason that you cannot do that.
They're leaving. Guri ma dikata. Yari guri maxaad ma maqan tahay? Xagee jirtaa? Like, why do they pressure women?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking about two teenagers that fell in love back home. It happened normally.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
You don't control love.
Okay. Gabadhi aan maba qabtid. Guriga aabbaheedii joogtay.
Sure.
She told you, saaxiibahayga dhacay ama outside. Maxaa banaanka ka qabanaysaa? How?
That's the degree of the jealous of that person.
It's not the degree. It's how y'all treat women over there.
Listen,
It's part of your shikansky. It's part of your shikansky.
They're two different girls, right? Maybe you're a cool guy, you understand what she does, but I'm full of jealous. Listen.
But that would have been okay. Let me get a point across. I didn't get my point fully across.
Okay.
That would have been normal if it was just one person that's doing that. But it's every man. It's like part of your shikansky. Like it's part of your rhythm for you guys to like control women.
You have to research.
I see that.
No.
I've been back home. I've seen men talk to women.
I don't like hearsays or speculations. You should have essences. Do you have?
Yeah.
Show me. You don't have geographically.
Okay, you're talking about when you go down a relationship, it's gonna get bad. You have to show me relationships that got bad. I'm telling you about my point of perspective.
Mindset.
The mindset has nothing to do with the data.
He's saying,
I'm talking about sit out قبلها وش كاس Somalia كلهم يعطي قبلها سنة وش كاستين أقل
No,
شو تخلي قبلها سنة
في عندي عدد لا وضد في عمتي دعاتك قبلها ما فيها انتر لكن خلاص كلاس تبي يسمع كبلا كستعد مني فكرت بيساعد الإنسان ده يسكر خلاص كلاس تبي يسمع كبلا فإذا
same thing for you guys.
No.